Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is lesson 47. Today we're going to look at the difference between brag and boast. Brag and boast. They are similar. Obviously, you're trying to tell people good things about yourself, or both of them. But there is a different feel to them. All right, let's take a look first. Brag, of course, here's the meaning. To talk about your accomplishments or things that you own that bothers other people. All right, bothers is probably a key word here because from looking, the more I checked into it, it seems like brag is always negative. Boast, that's not always true. It could be a little bit, but a lot of times it's neutral and positive. So, all right, so let's take a look. Let's take a look at this point. Brag is more informal. This is definitely true. So, of course, that makes boast more formal than boast, and most people tend to think it has a negative connotation. Remember, connotation, that's a feeling that goes with the word. So, most of the time, if you're using brag, it definitely implies that whatever that person's saying about themselves, somehow, at least to some degree, is kind of annoying you. It's kind of bothering you, so it's a little negative. So let's give some good examples on this one. Number one, Robert never shuts up. He keeps bragging about how he beat us so easily. All right, well, there's definitely annoyance in this sentence. One, you're saying he never shuts up. That alone annoys you. And two, especially brag often will be used when somebody's saying something good about themselves, but sometimes they're bringing you down a little bit. So he keeps bragging about how he beat us so seriously. So bragging tends to do that too. That's why it might be more annoying. It might be okay that he's bringing himself up, but he's kind of bringing you down at the same time by saying how easily he beat you. All right, let's take a look at the second example here. Esther keeps bragging that her son is much more successful than mine. Again, this is another exact example where uh, you would be annoyed. Um, One, it's not so bad that she's bringing up about herself and her son, but she's bringing you down at the same time. She's comparing. That would bother you. So this is another example where you see brag. It has a negative feeling. It's bringing someone down. Stop bragging. Well, just the fact that we say stop bragging. Everyone already knows that you got the highest score on that test. Yeah, again, it's also annoying you. You probably repeated it so many times, and yeah, it's bothering other people. So again, negative. Okay, all right. So let's look a little bit at boast. Boast means to tell other people about what you do or others associated with you has done, could do, or possessions. Again, things that they own, possessions they have, especially to make people look up to you. So you are trying to make people admire you. Remember, they both have to do with being proud. And there's nothing inherently wrong about being proud. It's okay to be proud. But I guess brag is a little bit more an annoying way. Boast, you may be trying to make people admire you. Although, depending upon how you use it in the circumstance, maybe some people still might get a little annoyed. But not always. Um, let's look at this. Possessions are. Although boast may sometimes be interpreted as a little negative, which is what I just said, it is often neutral and sometimes positive. Mhm. Okay, let's note this one. Boast is also used to point out a special feature or advantage, especially in ads. So for a lot of companies use it. That's why a lot of companies don't often use the word brag. Brag is more negative, but they often say that they boast this feature, like when they're hyping their products. So this is another thing to note. Boast will probably be used more in advertisements. Sounds in this sense, it actually does sound a bit positive, and it's not necessarily bringing anyone else down. Okay, good. So let's take a look at the first example. That company boasts the high level of quality of its products. Again, this is very neutral and maybe even somewhat positive for that company. They're just trying to say that they have good quality, so that you admire them and you want to buy their product. Number two, that computer company boasted of all the special features that came with all its models. So again, they're trying to say some good quality that their products have. They're bringing themselves up. They're not bringing somebody else down. Again, it's used in advertising. So Boast again is one that will be, it's more formal and also used more in advertising. Okay, and number 3, Tina boasted how unique her handmade jewelry is. All right, again, you're trying to show off one aspect or one part of something you do that's creative. Yeah, again, just like I said before, there's really nothing wrong with being proud of good quality work that you do, so why not? And take a look at the last example. Mr. Jones boasted how much money he made in the stock market. Again, this is not necessarily bringing down somebody else, although I could see some other people might get jealous of that, especially if they lost money. But he's not doing it directly. He's not trying to say, well, oh, you're so stupid, you lost money. He's just bringing himself up, so he's boasting about that. So again, just quickly to review, brag. Brag tends to be more negative. You are talking about yourself, and sometimes brag, you're actually kind of putting others down, which may cause, it's very likely to cause some jealousy. And again, boast, again, you are talking about your good qualities, but you're really doing it in a way just to make people admire you or to show off some special feature or skill. And again, boast is more formal and used in ads. Okay, I hope that helps. I hope that clarifies the difference in how these two are used. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.